Hi everyone, I'm going to do another review-ish. This one will look a lot better because I'm doing recording off capture device type deal instead of off screen. It's a game called Jamestown. It's a shoot 'em up. It's really good, really well done. I got it as part of the Humble Indie Bundle Part 4, which was a really good bundle. A lot of great indie games. This game's normally $10. You can get it for PC or Mac through Steam. I think it's $10 normally. Definitely recommend it if you like shoot 'em up type games or just want to play something new besides a first person shooter. So let me stop talking and get right into it. Alright, so let's jump into this. This is Jamestown Legend of the Lost Colony. It's kind of a weird game. It's a shoot 'em up, like I said. Let me see. It's got a weird style that's really good. It's kind of like steampunkish, like set in like the early days of like colonization type deal. I guess they were inspired by Miyazaki's Castle in the Sky and another one of his famous movies. Can't think of it off the top of my head. But you'll see throughout the gameplay, well, mostly just through the titles and just how it's themed, that it's gonna kind of got that feel to it. You'll notice throughout the gameplay that it's basically basic shoot 'em up elements. You have a choice of 3 ships. The one I'm currently using, I forget the name of it, oddly enough. It has a basic shooter, and then it has a special ability, which is this giant big ball thing. This is one of my favorite ships in the game, and you just, once it powers up, you just launch it, and it basically destroys everything in sight. You'll see me just, shooting stuff, blah blah, but as you can see, I'm like collecting these bolts, like nuts and bolts and gears and weird stuff like that. Basically, by doing that, you get your meter filled up, and lets you basically vault, which is essentially like a shield type thing that also does damage. And you're gonna need this throughout this game. It's fairly difficult. It has like difficulty settings, but to get through the game, you need to basically replay levels on harder difficulties if you want to progress. So, I mean, if you like a challenge, this game's definitely got one. Let me correct myself. Just made a mistake, and instead of editing it, I'm going to just see if you're paying attention. You actually start off with a choice of 2 ships, and you can unlock more ships as you go along. There's a lot of unlockable stuff. The levels are also, you gotta play on a higher difficulty to unlock, and yeah. Let's take a look at a couple of things here. As with almost every game this genre, the levels end with a boss fight. I can't remember if I beat this boss, but let's take a look and see. As well as admire the graphics. I know they are 16-bitish, if that's a word, bitish, who knows. They're designed like that on purpose. I really enjoy the look of them. You might not be able to tell how good they look due to capturing device, blah blah blah. The frame rate's not perfect, as you might be able to notice. But it's really got a nice look to it. And the sound's definitely way up there. I mean, when I got this game, I just assumed it was like a game, 16-bit style. I didn't know it was an indie game. And indie games just I've been really getting into a lot of them these days. It's deceiving when you go onto the Xbox Live Marketplace, for example, and look through those indie games, because there are a lot of good ones, but for every good one there's about 100 crappy ones. So when I started playing this game, and then I found out that it was an indie game, you can see why I'm surprised. If you have gone through the Xbox Marketplace, you'll see as well that there's tons of crap, but there is some good stuff. So, okay, so here's a look at another ship you can use. As you can see, the regular fire is a little bit different, and the special is a little bit different. Again, admire the music. It's really good. Can't seem to get enough of it, as you may have noticed. And let me go over some other aspects of the game. The game is up to 4 players locally. You have the choice of either using a PC controller. I'm using an Xbox 360 wired controller, or you can use a keyboard. I always prefer a gamepad. It all depends on preference and whatever. The game controls excellently. Not sure if that's a word either. But it controls smooth, it plays great, great sound, great everything. This game's just awesome, and that's about all I have to say about that. And let's look at this game some more. Before I wrap this up, let's look at the cutscenes. They're actually done really well. Nothing too fancy, but I mean the game has a story. I don't even think I've mentioned this yet, but it takes place on Mars, and that's about it. I don't want to ruin the story for you, but it's not hugely important to the game. Games are all about the gameplay, and this game's got the gameplay, and on top of that, a lot of other great elements. So I will just end this using this last ship that I really like. I enjoy using. I think this gun and this ship kind of make this game for me. It's got some really unique controls, and take a little bit of time to get used to, but once you're good with this ship, you'll just like have a lot of fun with this game and destroy a lot of stuff. I think this is on one of the harder difficulties. Not the hardest, but I think more right underneath the hardest. And you'll see me just shooting everything. Yeah. Alright, I'll shut up now. Alright, that's Jamestown. I hope you enjoyed my review-ish. If you're listening to this, special thanks, because I know you're actually watching the video. And this is the ending of it, and if you turned off the video 2 minutes in, you probably wouldn't be hearing this. So, hopefully it wasn't boring. Sorry I'm wasting your time just blabbling on. But yeah, have a good one, and thank you again for watching.